So how would you describe Cephalopod's music?
I would describe Cephalopod's music first and foremost as a means to explain the unknown aspects of the giant squid. A way for us to create a soundtrack for this elusive animal that science has only recently started to discover.
Ominous, brooding, foreboding, original, eerie, life, real.
Oh. Well, we get that it sounds like a movie soundtrack a lot. I don't know if I could really describe it. I think every single one of our songs is a different experiment in a different style, and I think we move around a lot. I'm not sure we can really put it in that show, but...
And then there are horror themes throughout the music and the song titles. You want to comment on that?
Well, in addition to my interests in giant squid, I think that there is some divergence, of course, in the songs. Slasher Anticipation sequence, for instance. Sarah Nautilus, the drummer, plays the machetes, and that song is definitely inspired by my obsession with horror movies, I suppose. Though I feel that though there are some kinds of distractions, it all ultimately comes back to the main theme and concept of the band, which was this interest in the giant squid, or colossal squid as well.
Colby loves horror. I'm a very dark person, and Sarah's lived a hard life, and I think those are various spectrums of, it's not necessarily really horror, but it's just I'd say an evolution of truth. I mean, all of us, you have to realize all of us in Cephalopod are survivors.
There seems to be a overlying horror theme based on some of the moods of the songs and some of the track titles themselves. Are you a big horror movie fan?
No, actually. Actually, a lot of the songs are based on this one movie called The Changeling. I'm sure James and Colby told you. And they had a viewing, and Renee watched it with them, and I can't watch horror movies. I'll have nightmares for weeks. I'm a big pussy when it comes to horror movies. I don't know why. I wish I could watch them, but they seriously affect me emotionally. It's weird.
Do you think it's easier or more difficult interacting with the crowd being an instrumental band and not having lyrics?
A lot of people say, oh, you need a vocalist, oh, you need a vocalist. Because of that, because some people just kind of turn off when they hear a band, and there's nothing for them to memorize. Oh, I can't sing along with the lyrics, but I don't know. I don't think it makes it harder. I think it almost makes it more fun because they're really listening to your music, and then in between you can kind of have a laugh or interact with the crowd that way. So we're not taking away from our music.
You play some pretty unconventional instruments in your songs. How did that come about?
Well, the machetes came about when I'd actually just started playing for Cephalopod. James and Colby heard me play my drums from their kitchen window. I just kind of walked over one day and knocked on the door, and I just assumed I was getting another noise violation. And because I was playing my drums in the garage, and they were like, oh, hey, we're in this band, Cephalopod, and you want to play for us? We have a show in San Francisco, and we need a drummer. And I was like, okay, cool. And they came over, and we started jamming on some songs, and James had some drum ideas for some of the songs, because I just started playing, so I wasn't really, I didn't feel really confident enough to create beats, but they said this one song called Slash Anticipation Sequence did not have any sort of drum beat yet or whatever, and so they were just like, you know, play around with it, see what you come up with. And so I asked them what's the name of the song, and they told me Slasher. And I was like, okay, hold on, I'll be right back. And I went and got my machetes out of the shed, because at the time I was doing a lot of landscaping in the backyard, and I had just gotten back from Honduras and brought back machetes as like it was like my new favorite landscaping tool, because we use them a lot in Honduras when I worked at the orphanage there. And yeah, and I only had one actually, and I went and got a steak knife, and I started like rubbing them together and making this noise, and the boys loved it, and that's just kind of where it started.